Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Maconi Entertainment's live race here for the Friday Night Lights series. It's the Stars and Stripes 300 here at Charlotte Motor Speedway. It's Memorial Day weekend, and we honor our fallen soldiers and troops of the United States, and we ask God to be with them and their families as we head into this race here tonight in Charlotte. Now, folks, before we continue to get this thing underway, we also have to acknowledge the tremendous pain and heartbreak that all of us are going through right now in the motorsport community. We are NASCAR fans. That's who we are. We watch racing. We feel the highest of highs when our favorite drivers win, and we feel the lowest of lows when when those drivers that we cheer for don't get to race anymore. Kyle Busch will never be in another NASCAR race, and there's nothing that we could say or do to change that fact. But my heart's broken, and so is most every NASCAR fan's heart across this country. The life of Kyle Busch, he had a wonderful family. Samantha, Brexton, Lennox, Kurt Busch as well, are going through some of the toughest emotional pain imaginable. And that feeling you get, knots in your stomach, that hasn't gone away in the last 24 hours, seems to be very common right now. God knows that Kyle was the wild thing when he was younger. But the older he got, the more mature he became. And the more respect folks gave him. He was very polarizing in his early part of his career. You either liked him or you hated him. But he always stirred strong feelings in everybody. Tonight, we're racing at Charlotte, place where he closed the deal in 2018, the Coca-Cola 600. 377 laps led out front to win. And he was the first driver to ever win at every active track at the time. And I can tell you right now, folks, that we're going to try and get through tonight trying to race and have a good time. Whatever may happen over the next coming few days, weeks, just know one thing. And I believe that all of our lives are better knowing Kyle Busch was a part of it, having him be the driver that you rooted for or that you hated or loved to hate and scream at. No matter what, he made your weekend better, more interesting, week in and week out for almost 25 years. God, please take him into your arms and let him know that we appreciate what he did and the man that he became. Because no man can ever take away what Kyle Busch had, which was a love for this sport, a love for his family, and a love for his fans. God, be with us tonight and be with him. Amen. Now, we're about to get things started. My name's Kirk Mills. Alongside me tonight will be Howie Burrows up here in the booth. And when that pace car dives into the pit lane, we're getting ready to roll this thing underway. Reach down, pull them belts tight one more time. From Charlotte, ladies and gentlemen, Roman, Hoytsma, Simpson, Hicksaball, and Benefield, your top five, starting things off. Going to dive into the pit lane, and here we go from Charlotte. Through that restart zone. Boogity, boogity, boogity! Let's go racing for Rowdy, boys! Hoytsma on the top side in the M&M's machine's able to clear the 8 car, and he's got the lead down the back straightaway for the first time today.
Outside working off the bat, and he's already cleared by quite the margin there, Lucas. He wants to run off into the distance. Now, it is a long one here, as you've mentioned.
Oh, they're wrecking! Oh. Big crash on the front straightaway. The 77 cars involved. More cars wrecking on the front straightaway. Wesley Napier, one's upside down. The 71's flipping on the front straightaway. Huge contact with the 35 of Michael Mesnard. Wesley Napier involved. And more cars involved in the big one that happens on the front straightaway here to complete lap number 1. What a chaotic crash. Huge one. Look at the 71. He's going to go up and over after getting hit hard right here. That's Hunter Truel going up and over after Jared Grodzicki hits him. And the 35 car also gets his engine blown up after contact. Multiple cars involved in this one. Not even able to make it to lap 5. Lap 2. My goodness. 95 got loose in the middle of the corner.
Yeah, it's somewhere in the middle of here. I think it's actually Ada Mara gets sent up the track into the 95 from the bottom lane. And then that's just going to cause the chaos from there. That's not a good way to start your day. I mean, that's an understatement of the whole race, I think. But you know, first lap, you don't usually see Rexes big around here, and that's going to take quite a few out of the day.
And whenever they head to that restart zone, you'll see Lucas Hoitzma and Vrooman get on the gas. Let's see what happens. Here we go into the restart zone. We are back underway. Side by side for fourth, you see Charles Velasquez Jr. on the top. Oh, look out. Real tight corner there. Almost got squeezed down into the apron by Jacob Simpson in the 22. Able to get side by side down the back for third.
Looks like we're kicking off the run now. And I mean, this is such a classic track. It's one everyone knows, but despite being the usual mile-and-a-half shape, it is a little, you know, it's certainly thin, certainly tight. You've got to focus on your own runs around here. Rubber does build up over long race distances. 300 miles is long for these cars, so we will be seeing passing open up. That high line isn't terribly slow, but you do have to watch the tyres. This is sort of the prototypical manage your tyres and play the long run race.
But the longer this run goes, I think that 97's learning that he can't push as hard as he did early in this run, or he'll have the same thing happen again, where he might get caught the longer it goes.
Whoa!
Oh, he got loose! Oh, wow, what a save! Hang on to that car. Hoitzma loses the lead, and for the first time today, Vrooman will come across the line and lead the lap here on lap 28. What a save by Hoitzma, though. Hate to see him lose the spot there, but, you know, great save altogether.
Simpson's just going to take it now as well. Oh, it's gone badly for Hoitzma. He's lost so much momentum. He'll probably be top 10 a stage, but he won't be getting all those points he was looking for at this rate. He has cooked those tyres.
Blake Kluat's out here tonight, trying to have a good run as well.
Some of you might have wondered, you know, I just saw Eric Wineland down there for 3 minutes. What Gibbs? Well, he actually got a meatball flag of his own, and we stayed green. This happened quite near the back of the field. Let's take a look at the replay. Oh, he gets himself loose there and hard into the wall.
Von Hinchel got into him and got him a little contact, and when that happened,
yes,
it was done. He clipped him in the rear.
Shunt.
Yeah, that's unfortunate. I hate to see that 21 car and the 44. Yeah, that's where the 44 came down pit road to get some of that damage repaired, it looks like. So unfortunate for them, but as Adam Benefield moves into the top three, we got Eric Wineland in the infield care center. Let's see if we can't talk to him real quick. Eric Wineland, Kirk Mills in the booth. You got a copy, my man?
Yeah, Kirk, I got you.
Hey, man, I saw you in the infield care center. I saw that incident you had with the 2-car, Ryan Von Hinchel. Hate to see it this early in the race, man. How you doing?
It's pretty depressing, Kirk. It feels like every week with the same driver. I don't know what to say, man. I have been lifting with the red board on quarter entry. If you guys hop on board with anyone tonight, you'll see a lot of the guys are lifting right at that Coca-Cola sign. That's where I attempted to there. Upon reviewing it, I probably should have left a little more of a car width out there. If he was going to charge the corner entry like that, I was a touch higher than Bryce was ahead of me, but still, I thought we wouldn't try to be running people over on lap 23 and be taking it pretty easy.
Math is difficult. That is true. Now, whoa, so, man, look at that line. I love that Hickson ball line right there. Running right up against the wall, ripping the top. One of my favorite things to do in the sim. And, you know, getting it to work lap in and lap out is so difficult. 63. Oh, look at that. He puts a little bit lower on the racetrack instead of ripping the top that time in 3 and 4.
Going to be tight between these two. Maybe Hoitzma was backing it up just a little bit because he's completely competitive on lap times now. Really just pushing it. And I kind of thought he wouldn't drop below 5th, but I didn't know it would quite go this way.
They just staying side by side this entire time, Howie.
Going to be a drag race to the line like this.
Yeah, if they want to, they can absolutely make it happen. Something I've always told drivers is if you want a camera on you, get side by side with somebody.
He does get a lot of attention, both of these drivers, because they're strong drivers near the front of the grid. You do see him quite often, so they get a lot of camera time. But they can always do with more.
Yep, absolutely. As we're coming now to get the white flag this time by the green, before we get to the end of the green and white checkered flag for the stage 1 finish. You can see Roman by about a second and a little over 3/4, almost 2 seconds now, has got the lead, and this is the final lap of the stage by a lot, but the side-by-side battle is for 4th. Hoytsma on the bottom, Hixenbaugh on the top. Down the back straightaway for the final time before the end of the stage. There's battling behind them as well. This time it looks like Hixenbaugh's got the advantage, but into turns 3 and 4. He's trying to roll the bottom. I don't think he's going to be able to make it work. Coming out of the corner, it's going to be close side by side to the line. Who's it going to be? It looks like Hixenbaugh is going to hang on to that 4th place spot. Caution is going to come out, and let's take a look at our stage 1 results here from this one here tonight. You can see your stage 1 results right here on your screen now. Get this stage 2 started and see some good racing out there. Pace car is going to go ahead and dive down in the pit road right now. And you see Roman and Jacob Simpson having a great run today. Jacob Simpson in the 22 and the 8 car on the inside. Restart zone. We're back underway. Restart looked good. Side by side for second. Benefield on the bottom and Simpson on the top. Oh, look out. Simpson got a little loose. Everybody's going to have to check up. People are going way down the racetrack. Hixenbaugh trying to avoid the loose 22 car who slid it sideways on the exit of turn 2.
That puts Hixenbaugh back in the chase, though. A lot of the disruption in front of him. I mean, like, Roman may win this race, but the big narrative above this all is the championship chase. It's going to be a trade back and forth between these teammates for a lot of the season. Hoyts was in it as well, but he needs to get a really good result to catch up. These two are basically neck and neck. You know, like, one race finish separates them. Benefield's been ahead for now, but one race ahead down the line, naturally. And lots can happen. We know they like their rivalry out there. We know they like to challenge each other. And if we get them both in the booth, maybe they'll both smack talk each other.
And God forbid, we'll see how it goes. But remember, it's racing. Anything could happen. I always say that. And I always say I have no control over what these drivers do. That is 100% true, no matter what you say. Man, so 22, 22, 22. Oh, there he goes. The 97's around just like that. 97 on the brakes. Look out, everybody else. I don't see a caution yet. We stay green. 97 locked him down, avoided the contact, but that does shake up our top 10. Chaos can happen in a blink of an eye around here at Charlotte. No doubt about it.
Let's keep an eye on, let's take a look at an eye on that one from above. Work out how that one happened. I mean, it's excellent work for everybody to keep that one rolling. Hoytsma's the car on the top. Don't know if the 22. Ooh, I mean,
yep.
Really, like, both cars looking for a very similar space. There's almost nothing in that.
Yeah, Dyson got a lot of front end damage from that. Let's take a look at that again one more time if we can.
Oh, yeah, I can do that.
Yeah,
one more time. Roll it back. Same angle.
Yep. Same. Different angle. We'll try. Actually, this is a perfect angle right here. This is perfect. You're going to see right here that 22 and the 97. 97 is following in the tire tracks of the car in front, so he's not necessarily too far low. He's doing the same thing I would do, running right in the tire track. So it's a racing incident. It wasn't necessarily a mistake by anybody. It's just close racing at Charlotte, at least somewhat. That'd be kind of a chaotic day. The technology is there. We just, contact. There he goes. 22 sends the 5 of Reiner up into the outside wall. He collects Blake Kluwat. That's going to bring out a caution on lap 80. Look out the rest of the field. Oh, big crash.
We'll catch that.
I think that was Von Henschel in the 2. Let's take a look at the 5 car. You'll see this here. A little bit of contact from the 73 going into the corner. Wow. And watch this. 5 had the wheels locked down, but the rest of the field's coming into the corner. Look out. Bang! And that's the 2-car Ryan Von Hinchel that was involved with Eric Wineland earlier, and a little bit of contact. And I believe that will do it for that 2 machine. We're on board with Ryan Von Hinchel now. No wreck visible on the screen until there, and it's too late. He's on the brakes. He's locked it down, and the wheel was turned hard to the left, but unfortunately could not avoid the car sitting in the middle of the racetrack. And that is going to be our second caution for incident here. First one in stage 2, lap 81. See how it feels. He collected Cluot, slight damage there, and then just bang. Oh, it's terrible. That's perfectly timed cut to make me sad a little bit, but here we go. Let's see how it looks.
Dangerous to run that close into a turn at Charlotte. It just is.
Well, it's, he was really aggressive into the corner. And, Hunter Truex is one of the more aggressive drivers out there, and, he puts it on the edge every single week. Reiner's pretty aggressive as well. I mean, these guys in the top group, you don't get into the top group without being, assertive. You got to be able to get into a position. But I will say there, that contact may have been avoidable, I believe. Well, we're going to get this restart and get this thing back underway. A little shootout to the end. Here we go. Back underway. Loose race car for the 22. Save that car. Ooh, spinning the tires. Very common when you got old tires out there. And going through the gears is always dangerous at Charlotte on old tires.
No one split, or some splitting the strategy. A small minority of drivers in the back. Fouty, Dyson, Lewallen, Hull and Hoitzma are at the back on new tyres. They're not going to make it up to the front in time, but they'll probably start the next stage. They've decided to split it here. It's going to be a chase to the end, though. I mean, Roman's done nothing but run away during stages, and this reset is just one big last chance here for Velasquez to make the move, and he's keeping up with him. Got a panel alongside here.
He's got a move running. He's going to be on the bottom here. Maybe he can do some side draft. Doesn't look like he's got the positioning. He might have to pull back in. No, he dives back down to the bottom, but that Roman machine closes the door on him. And now that outside line you see, is that Hicksonball? Yes, it is. He's going to go on the outside, and he's waiting on these 2 to get cleared out so he can make his way through. 2 wide for the lead with just 4 laps to go.
Velasquez might have the pace. Look for Hicksonball though on the top. He's not alongside, but he wants it.
Oh, there we go. There we go. Velasquez takes the lead in the 18 machine for the first time today. But here comes an under-over move from Roman. Roman's really quick on the bottom of the racetrack, but the 18's trying to carry momentum. A little loose from the bottom of the racetrack. Still side by side for this top spot. 3 to go.
Hicksonball's not out of this. I don't think he is. One push on the right lap, one mistake from a driver up ahead. He's claiming more points than Benefield.
Sorry, 3.5 laps to go, rather. Let's try and make sure we get that right. There we go. It's going to be 3 laps to go when they hit the line, I believe. But look at that, man. That Hicksonball character wants to try and make it 3 wide. We've seen that in the past. Jeff Burton did it with I think Kyle Busch may have been in that little group too. It was Jeff Burton, Jeff Gordon, and it may have been either Jimmy Johnson or Kyle Busch. I'll have to go back and look at that replay. But look at this, trying to send it 3 wide. Roman got the lead back. Oh, Hicksonball. You see the 18 got real loose. Hicksonball had to take an evasive maneuver, and now you got 83 of Benefield trying to catch back up as well, as this is now a 6-car battle for second place.
So Roman is getting away. Roman is looking to try and clean sweep this whole race, but behind, anything can happen. Their teammates side by side. Benefield's been charging. Benefield's been on average faster throughout this race than Hicksonball. I don't know if he can get past right now, right this moment. Dyson's climbed to 13th, by the way, on newer tyres.
Mason Lowery currently hanging on to the top 10 spot back there. Final points paying position as they're battling throughout this field, coming to the white flag in stage number 2, side by side for a second. Hicksonball makes contact with Adam Benefield. They're door banging on the front straightaway into turn 1 and 2 again. You'll see on the top line that momentum built from the 63 is going to make him have a bit of advantage on the back, but that 83 tries to do some side drafting. He's right on that left rear quarter panel, heading into turns 3 and 4 for the final time. Roman's going to be able to hang on to the stage win, but who's going to take second place? A little loose for the 83. Might slide up the hill, not enough. Hicksonball's going to hang on to P2 as the battle trying to get on the third. It's going to be, I believe, Benefiel hung on to the third place spot. Let's take a look at our top 10 finishing positions.
I want to take a look at that one before we commit.
Yeah.
That was because like he's so loose. Oh, he's so loose.
Yeah. It's 1/1000th of a second. It goes to Benefiel.
I need to confirm that one. Oh, it does.
1/1000th of a second. Wow, what a finish there. And we are going to get this thing back underway.
Worth noting, McQuarter was black flagged, by the way, end of line for the incident on lap 80. Anyway, back to the race here.
Really? He got a black flag for that crash? Wow. That is something. So he will have to come back from a big setback in a place where cautions are hard to come by. We had 2 cautions for incidents so far in this race, one on lap 2 and one on lap 80. It could happen, but it is very difficult to find in the early stages here at Charlotte. You can see right now Hoytsma with the older tires, even though he's running 12-lap old tires, he did not use very much of them at all on those 12 laps. He was practically on the highway driving when he did it that time by. And you can see now that they've gotten single file, it's all about who could save the most tire. The real race has begun.
It will come back to affect Hoytsma if we stay green, and also he's going to lose a little bit of fuel mileage compared to other drivers. So he'll be able to make the end, but he has less flexibility he loses 10 laps flexibility and ability to make moves. Also, Nicholas Roman's faster than everybody here today, and he's here to just fly around the outside and try and get it done in the 8 nonetheless. But, I mean, Hoytsman may still be able to hold on to many places still from here. We'll have to see how he plays it, because he has played long run management quite well and sort of come back after a dip. But we do know he's going to be a little bit behind the curve on strategy, and he's kind of hoping things fall his way, really. If a caution comes perfectly for him, to the point where his fall-off hasn't really began and everyone was going to stop anyway, he's golden.
97 in the 18 and the 63, almost 3 wide. Just behind this is the leader. Roman goes on pit road with 59 laps to go, way early than was expected. I did not expect to see him hit pit road until 52 laps to go or something like that. This is significantly earlier than expected.
I was expecting him to do it first. He's been out the longest. But actually, you know, he just lost out to someone else. Sort of makes sense. He'd have to do it now. He's splitting this perfectly in half. Now we are halfway through final stage. This is the halfway spot.
Now it's a matter of time before we start seeing more and more cars come down. We see Bill Hull decided to come down from the top 20 position. And now Dyson comes down from second place. Dyson on pit road. So is Benefiel. Benefiel on pit road as well. Top 2 come down pit road. New leader, Jacob Simpson in the 22, hanging on to it over Charles Velasquez Jr. They need to come down pit road as well very soon. Benefiel's going to have a few lap tire advantage. Very few, but not many, but enough to where it could bring up a change. And I think the longer that this thing goes, the better it's going to be for Vroman. It just depends on if Velasquez Jr., if Benefiel is going to be able to chase him down, or Hoytsma could chase him down. It just depends. I think Vroman's sitting in a great spot right now.
Every lap it's 3 tenths. See how it looks like end of run, but looking promising right now. Everybody on their own strategy.
Oh, he keeps blinking. It worries me so much. 4.3. 4.3 with 21 laps to go. That is 2/10. He needs to gain exactly 2/10 a lap. He's starting to lose his advantage, and he's blinking heavily. Something is going wrong with Adam Benefield.
It's just vroom, Roman's unstoppable pace. Benefield's strong, but he's really been struggling to catch. By the way, I predicted that maybe we'd see Hickson-Bar around 6th. That's where he is. He needs to make up a whole second now to catch Velasquez Jr. It's going to be a tall order. It's going to help out Hoitzma in the freeway points battle, who did drop a little bit in the last couple rounds.
Benefield is in dire need of picking up a lot of time, and if he wants to catch Roman, he's losing his opportunity every time he crosses the stripe and doesn't hit his number. In a lap and a half here, we're going to see it happen. But I got to tell you, this race, you know, is fun to do and all. But we all know what we're thinking about tonight. Vroman in that 8 machine through turns 1 and 2 with 2 laps to go. Just got by Deach. No traffic in his mirror. He just hopes this thing stays green for a lap and for a half a lap, and then he doesn't care. Everybody else can crash, all he cares. Through turns 3 and 4, coming to get the white flag this time by from Charlotte Motor Speedway, Nicholas Vroman. We like to call him Vroom Vroom. Crosses the stripe. 1 more lap to go. We got the white. Next flag will end the race. Through turns 1 and 2. He takes that 8 machine in the paint scheme. That's always been an eyesore for me, but I'll be honest, it's starting to grow on me today. Down the back stretch for the final time into turns 3 and 4. And Nicholas Vroman, driving the same number of the legend that passed just a couple days ago, just yesterday, is going to come out of turn number 4 and cross the stripe to win at Charlotte in the Friday Night Lights Series on Memorial Day weekend.